Whether you like it or not, meme culture is here to stay. In fact, many could say that meme culture is thriving and will only grow. Memes seem to be the main form of communication on the internet. Whether they're celebrities, politicians, or random people that show up on your feed, memes have permeated pop culture and the mainstream. Hell, anything can become a meme, even people, and if you're lucky, becoming a meme can turn you into celebrity, even if it is for a very brief moment of time. The rise of meme culture in the mainstream coincides with the increased presence of the internet and social media in people's lives. As more and more time is spent online, memes have become the perfect tool to do what everyone loves to do most: mock other people. The British biologist Richard Dawkins coined the term meme in his 1976 book The Selfish Gene, referring it to as mimeme, derived from the Greek word mimesis, meaning to imitate or that which is imitated. Mimesis is also where the word mime originated from, but I don't see myself creating a video about the history of the mime anytime soon. The meme term was then abbreviated to meme because of its similarity to the word gene. The theory was that ideas were as self-replicating and adapting as the genes found within all forms of DNA. Memes are basically ideas, just as genes spread themselves in the gene pool by leaping from body to body via sperm or eggs. Memes spread themselves in the meme pool by leaping from brain to brain. As you can see through social media, the gene-meme comparison makes sense, given the way memes today travel, go viral, and are always being reimagined. Memes today are seen as visual representations of feelings, thoughts, ideas, or jokes. With that definition, memes existed seemingly since humans were able to communicate. Some say the first memes were found in the ancient cities when civilizations were first starting. For example, archaeologists uncovered a mosaic in what was the ancient city of Antioch, a picture in 3 frames. The first frame is of a servant preparing a bath. The second frame, a young man running away from taking the bath, being pursued by the servant who was unable to catch him. The last scene, a happy skeleton of the young man, is sitting casually with a jug of wine. The inscription below him reads, "Be cheerful, live your life." The story here seems to be depicting the old adage, don't take life too seriously, you never make it out alive. Now memes go viral at the drop of a hat, thanks to the wonderful technology that is social media. For some reason, someone can create a meme that catches like wildfire, and anyone from 8 to 80 will know what it is. However, the first viral meme came way before even the internet was invented. Like most memes, all it took was something simple at the perfect time. A bald gentleman with a big nose, drawn peeking over a wall, and next to him is the phrase, "Kilroy was here." Seems tame to today's standards, but this drawing became a huge hit at one of the worst times in world history. If you find yourself in an area where American soldiers were during World War II, there's a high chance you'll find the "Kilroy was here" graffiti scribbled on a wall somewhere. Where Kilroy was located was also a big part of the joke of the meme itself. The most difficult to reach places were the best, but they could be found drawn on vehicles, walls, ceilings, and captured equipment. The most famous Kilroy appearance, and one of the most daring, was at the Potsdam Conference in 1945. During the summit, Harry Truman, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin had exclusive use of a VIP bathroom. One day, Stalin reported used the facilities and came out demanding to know who Kilroy was, having found the drawing on one of the walls. To say Kilroy was a phenomenon is an understatement. A classic Bugs Bunny cartoon from 1948, Hair Devil Hair, shows just how deeply Kilroy had penetrated into pop culture. Thinking he's the first person to land on the moon, Bugs is oblivious to the slogan, "Kilroy was here," etched on a rock behind him. Meme origins even today are somewhat murky and mysterious, so you can imagine how difficult it is to place the origin of a meme created in World War II. The Kilroy idea seems to have started from another graffiti picture, "Foo was here," popular among the Australian military during World War I. This was also a depiction of a big-nosed cartoon figure peering over a wall, but it never had any words next to it. The Foo name came from Forward Observation Officer, a now obsolete British Army acronym for the man dug in right at the front line, observing where things friendly and not so friendly are located. Also, around the time Kilroy started making waves, another picture of a big-nosed bald man peering over a wall started popping up in the UK, named Mr. Chad. At some point around the outbreak of World War II, it seems Foo, Chad, and Kilroy merged into the more viral classic, "Kilroy was here." But with that being said, where the hell did the name Kilroy come from? Like the original doodle, it seems that there is a muddy at best origin story for the name. Because of how famous the meme had become, in 1946, the American Transit Association, through its radio program, Speak to America, sponsored a nationwide contest to find the real Kilroy, offering a prize of a real trolley car to the person who could prove himself to be the original Kilroy. 40 men stepped forward to make the claim, but only James Kilroy from Halifax, Massachusetts, had evidence of his identity. James Kilroy worked at the Four Rivers Shipyard in Quincy, Massachusetts, during World War II, checking the work of riveters paid by how many rivets they installed. Usually inspectors made a small chalk mark, which riveters used to erase, so they'd be paid double for their work. To prevent this, Kilroy marked work he had inspected and approved with the phrase "Kilroy was here" in crayon. Ordinarily, the crayon mark would have been covered up with paint, but with the war on, ships were leaving the Quincy yard so fast there wasn't time to paint them. As a result of his unique mark, Kilroy's inspection picture was seen by thousands of servicemen who boarded the troop ships the yard produced. Servicemen picked it up and spread it all over Europe and the South Pacific as a representation of the United States being somewhere first, just as Kilroy was the first one on the ship. Before the war's end, Kilroy had been from the US to Berlin and all the way to Tokyo. To help prove his authenticity, James Kilroy brought along officials from the shipyard and some of the riveters. He won the trolley car, which he gave to his 9 children as a Christmas gift, and set it up as a playhouse in the Kilroy front yard. However, James Kilroy was not the only person to have a legitimate claim to the Kilroy was here. The Lowell Sun reported in November 1945 that Sergeant Francis J. Kilroy Jr. from Everett, Massachusetts, wrote "Kilroy will be here next week" on a barracks bulletin board at a Boca Raton, Florida air base while ill with the flu, and the phrase was picked up by the other airmen and quickly spread abroad. Even with the origin of the meme in flux, it did not affect the impact the meme had on World War II. Kilroy was here functioned as a morale booster. When US soldiers landed on a beach, they would often see this meme inscribed on a wall or a fence nearby, presumably planted there by an advance team. As the war progressed, Kilroy was here became an emblem of pride, carrying the message that no place and no country was beyond the reach of America's might. Kilroy was here was inscribed on so many pieces of American ordnance recovered by the Germans that Hitler himself wondered if Kilroy was a master spy that infiltrated the Nazi forces. The funny thing about meme culture is there are some memes out there that last the proverbial 15 minutes of fame, and then there are ones that stand the test of time. Kilroy was here would be considered the latter, seeing as it still has a presence in pop culture. From Seinfeld, to MASH, to Community, to Adventure Time, the meme has been an Easter egg of American history. Director Kevin Smith in 2022 wrote and directed a film titled Kilroy Was Here, a comedy horror anthology, all centered around the legendary meme. The film made history, becoming the first feature film to be released as an NFT. So it seems to me, for the first viral meme ever, Kilroy was here, Kilroy is here, and Kilroy will forever be here.